there is an issue that has been going on for who knows how long that really, really needs to stop. Judging other people based on the kind of education they're getting. I mean, this is just absurd. I'm going to use the example of BYU, Brigham Young University in Utah versus Utah Valley State College in Utah. This has become a problem. This has been a problem for years. People at BYU looking down upon UVSC students because they're not good enough or they didn't make the cut. This isn't the case. If you go to BYU and you're listening to this is the reality. Just because you go to BYU doesn't in any way mean you're better than somebody that goes to UVSC. It just ain't happening. I don't care what you say or who you talk to or whatever. Just ain't the case. And you want to know why I'm right? Because there are some people at UVSC that are more of a person that live their lives far better than people at BYU. Well, at the same time, I'm sure there's people at BYU that live their lives better than certain UVSC students. I mean, it goes both ways all the time, and it needs to stop. The main religion of BYU is the LDS faith. LDS people, they try to get rid of their pride. They believe that pride is a tool of the devil and can basically bring a person down. But you know what the irony is? The perfect BYU student who made it in, who makes the cut, most of the time they don't realize they're doing it, but they're judging other UVSC students. I mean, I've seen it. I mean, I have friends that have seen it. I have a friend that heard this really derogatory joke. I mean, it was absurd. I mean, who do you think society's going to have more sympathy for? The UVSC student who feels sorry for themselves and is trying to find their way in life and living their life and being depressed because they don't feel like I fit in. I mean, this isn't always the case. I mean, don't ever take this at face value, but I'm just, it's a problem. It's occurring, and people at UVSC who, maybe they did make the cut. They just didn't want to take those religion classes for credit. I mean, that's what happens at BYU, and it has to stop. Because there are people at UVSC who harbor very ill feelings for BYU. And there are people at BYU that harbor very ill feelings for people at UVSC. It needs to stop right now. It needs to stop because people at BYU are not living by their faiths by being this prideful. I mean, yeah, pride is a sin for the LDS faith, and it needs to stop right now. It needs to stop.